Hey, genius. So we just talked about a group where the operation was addition, and we had numbers, their inverses, which are the negative numbers, and the positive numbers are the inverses of the negative numbers. When you combine inverses, you get zero, which is the identity, which is something that when you combine it with anything else, you get that other thing. That's the identity. And also the inverse of that identity, which is zero, is zero. Now, when we are talking about multiplication, if we are talking about multiplication, then what is an inverse? When I do multiplication, how can 7 times a number? Sorry, okay, I said inverse. So no. First, let's talk about what is the opposite of 7 in a multiplicative sense. In a multiplicative sense, the opposite of 7 is 1/7, because that will give you the multiplicative identity. Does that make sense? The inverse of 7 is 1/7. And when we're talking about exponents, so let's say we're talking about the group 7 to the k, right? So 7 squared, that's 49. How can I get the identity from that? I need 1/49. So I need 1/7 squared. Another way to write this is 7 to the negative 2. So 7 squared times 7 to the negative 2 would equal 1. Okay? 7 squared times 7 to the negative 1, which is what we call 1/7, right? So I'm multiplying by 7 twice, and then I'm unmultiplying. We're doing the opposite of multiplying by 7 once. So that should be 7 to the 1. You can start to understand why the exponents are being added. If I multiply by 7 4 times, and then I multiply by 7, I unmultiply by 7 twice, then I'll multiply by 7 only twice. So that's why the exponents are added, okay? So this is kind of like addition within the exponents, actually, if you think about it. If I multiply by 7 once, and then I unmultiply by 7 once, then I have to get 1, which is the identity in the multiplicative context. And that 1 has to be 7 to the 0, because it's been working so far where 7 to the a times 7 to the b equals 7 to the a plus b. And b could be negative or a could be negative. So for example, 7 to the negative 2 times 7 to the negative 5 should be 7 to the negative 7, right? That makes sense. Dividing by 7 twice and then dividing by 7 5 more times means dividing by 7 7 times. So we can see how 7 to the k, with k being an integer, or really any real number, we'll get to that in a second, that is a group in a way. Okay, and I think in the next video we're going to talk about fractional powers. So stay tuned.